Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Cruise Training with Krista Wiley. I am a double gold consultant here with Archer and Evolution Travel. And today we are going to be going over Disney, the Disney Cruise Line. So give me just 1 second and I am going, again, you guys, I go from the very beginning to the end. So I want to make sure in the chat box, is everybody registered for Disney? Has everybody registered for Disney? Go ahead, put yes or no in the chat box for me. All right, you guys. Most yeses. Most said yes, but let me go ahead. Disney's pretty easy. And you get immediate access to Disney. So all you're going to do is click on create new account and then fill out the information. It's pretty self-explanatory. When you guys get caught up, I know a lot of people get caught up on different things and they start asking questions. One, you can always refer back to the Travel Cafe, but two, if it asks for agency, usually agency is going to be Archer. If it's asking for agent, it's asking for your information. So just look for those word cues. All right, let's go ahead and sign in. The really cool thing about Disney is that they do Disney Adventures or Adventures by Disney. And so you can actually couple some of your Disney cruises with Adventures by Disney. They aren't quite ready to be up and running yet, but we will get there eventually. Things will completely be opened, but that is one of the neat things about Disney is that they have that Adventures by Disney that you can attach to your cruise tour as well. So once you're logged in, you're going to go down here to where it says Disney Cruise Line. Guess we have to change. You can't take a Disney cruise without a kid. I mean, I guess you could, but as anybody knows, I usually do my cruise. When I do like mock bookings and stuff or do any kind of cruise tutorial, I always do it with a family of 4. I'm an even numbers person. I like you guys to see the biggest category, the biggest rooms for those people. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put in that cruise information. It's obviously going to pop up with those operational updates. So make sure you guys read these because they are going to change depending on the day. So for sailings to the Bahamas beginning September 3rd until November 1st, the Bahamas will require that all passengers ages 12 and under be fully vaccinated in order for a ship to be allowed entry into any of its cruise ports, including private islands like Disney Cay. So so basically what that means, because I know that this vaccination thing people ask a lot about, basically what that means is that that's why these cruise lines are having to do those vaccination requirements, is because the reason that they do that is because the islands that we're visiting are requiring it. It's not so much the cruise line, but they have to be able to get into those ports or it doesn't make any sense to cruise. So that's one important to watch these operational updates. Disney Fantasy sailings beginning September 11th, 2021 with 4-night cruises from Port Canaveral, Florida, available to book beginning August 25th. So it looks like that port's going to be opening September 11th. Important information, some images and content on this website may not represent the latest operational guidelines or health and safety measures that will be in place during future sailings, such as face coverings and physical distancing requirements. Certain onboard venues, experiences and other offers will be modified or unavailable, will have limited capacity, and will be subject to limited availability, advanced reservations, or even closure. So basically, they just still have pictures in here. You know, they want to make sure that you guys know that the pictures don't match necessarily what's going on. COVID-19 warning, we have taken enhanced health and safety measures and inherent risk of exposure to COVID-19 exists in any public place where people are present. So those are pretty common what they have been saying, but the updates with with the vaccination, you're going to have to just keep up to date to that. Where did I go to get that screen? So this screen right here, you talking about this purple screen? It just automatically pops up when you pull up the Disney Cruise Line. All right, so I am going to go ahead and scroll down here. And I am going to go ahead and let's pick a date. For anybody that knows anything about Disney cruises, they're a little bit more expensive. So I, we'll probably have to put it out a little ways. People want to make payments on it. Also, you guys, I will tell you this, and for any cruise or any vacation you're booking, remember you're booking with their pocket, not yours. So even if it's super expensive, that doesn't mean that that's not something that they're not interested in, even if it's not something that you would choose to afford. So, all right, let's go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to go all the way out to summer break next year. We want to go in July. All right, let's see what pretty places we can go. They can either choose Alaska, Bahamas, Caribbean, European cruises. And then on down here, it says, you don't really care which one it is, as long as it goes to the Disney Castaway Cay. Now, you guys, I'm always doing the Bahamas, the Caribbean. So this time I'm going to go ahead and choose Alaska, which is probably by far one of my favorite itineraries that I've been on. I've done Alaska 2 or 3 times. When I did my first cruise to Alaska, people asked me, why would you ever, when I was in the process of booking my second one, they said, why would you ever book twice? Why would you ever go to Alaska twice? You guys, honestly, like Alaska is probably the most serene, most peaceful cruise I have ever been on. I don't know why. The air is crisp. It's, it's cool. It's just beautiful, breathtaking. So if you guys have never done an Alaskan cruise, I put it on the bucket list. Like Shauna said, Alaska's on the bucket list. So let's go ahead and do Alaska. Obviously, because of going to Alaska, you're only going to have a couple of ports usually to choose from. This one on this cruise line, they only have the Vancouver port. I know other cruise lines also have Seattle that they go out of. And other cruise lines usually have other cruise lines in comparison to Alaska, right? Because we always want to make sure that we're comparing, when somebody says, well, what cruise line should I go on? Or maybe they want to take a Disney cruise, but they wanted to leave out of Seattle, or maybe they didn't want to do a round trip. Maybe they didn't want to do a round trip cruise. Maybe they wanted to do an inside passage, which would take them from, Seattle up to like Anchorage. And it doesn't look like Disney does that. So if that's kind of the itinerary they're looking for, then Disney probably isn't going to be for them, because this looks like it is a round trip to Vancouver, but I have been shown wrong before. Let's take a look. So for guests, you guys can click on more filters if you guys want to. Would you like to experience a themed or holiday cruise? Obviously, you can't select those. How many nights? Obviously, only 7 nights is what they got going. What ship would you like to sail on? We don't have many choices there for Alaska. And then we're going to go ahead and view cruises. My bucket list has become a barrel list. Yeah, especially you guys, the more trainings we do, the more thing. My husband said, babe, I don't get this much time off from work. I said, that's the beauty of me working from home. I get all the time off I want. I don't have to ask nobody for vacation time. But my cruise partner does. That's a bummer. All right, you guys. So sorry, guys. Anybody that knows my daughter is always on these trainings with me. She just doesn't know how to not be a travel agent with me. Anywho, so there's not going to be a ton of options when it comes to Alaska. So you have a 7-night Alaskan cruise from Vancouver. There are 4 dates available. It goes sails to Dawes Glacier, Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan, Alaska. You can look at, says what's included on a Disney cruise. Well, let's see. Broadway quality shows, fireworks at sea, character experiences, movie screenings, pools, water slides, splash zones, and wading pools. And then it will show you things that you have to pay for. Royal Court Tea, a tea party with Disney characters, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, the Pirates League offering magical makeovers, virtual sports simulator. So you guys can go through here and it's going to show you what's included in a cruise. This is important, you know, when you're selling this cruise line. If somebody's like, oh man, I didn't realize it was going to be $8,000 or something like that, then you can come back with, you know, these are the things that are included, and these are the things that aren't included. You know, their kids club, or their, you know, they have all these different things available to them. You know, maybe you have a couple that are on their honeymoon and they are wanting to take a Disney cruise to Alaska because they love Disney. We're all, you know, I shouldn't say all, because as I found recently, not everyone are Disney fans. And so, but if they choose, adults choose maybe to go on a honeymoon or something, like a honeymoon to Alaska on Disney, make sure to point this out as well. Adults only pool, because sometimes they're going to want that, you know, that more adult, you know, let them know what there is available for adults. Obviously, a lot of people know what there is for kids, but make sure to point that out to them. You know, then go over, you know, the private island, what's included, what's not included. So this is a really good piece of information for them. All right, so then it has 4 dates. So you can go ahead and look in here and see which dates are what, or how much they are. So it looks like the July 4th is obviously going to be the more expensive one, probably because it has that July 4th tag on it. Now, if your clients are just like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was going to be so expensive, or maybe those dates don't work, you guys can always come in and you can change your dates. I will tell you, the 2 times that I've been to Alaska, I did it in September and I loved it. I love September, but also look at the price difference for Alaska between September and July. So that could be, you know, you guys move those dates around and ask them. They're like, oh, well, I don't know if I can swing that or something. You know, you guys are always more than welcome to, you know, always ask them, like, is there any way that you can do perhaps a September cruise? So, so go ahead, and we are so now you can see here the 2 different cruise dates. You can either go September 5th through the 12th or the 12th through the 19th. And now the prices, you know, the prices have gone down considerably. Now, if you guys are like, well, you know, I want to send a video, or maybe I want to see what the Disney Wonder looks like. I tell people all the time, don't be afraid to look up on good old Google and see what they, you know, you guys can always attach, you know, different YouTube videos to your trainings. Yeah, I mean, sure, they could probably look it up there on their own, but I think it's a nice, you know, thing to send them. So you guys are able to, you know, maybe find a video that you guys want to attach. This one's only, it's 2.5 minutes long. It'll give a, you know, a short overview of what's on the ship. That way they, if they've never looked at it themselves, you can, because I don't know about you guys, but I get a lot of people I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, I want to go on Disney, but they've never actually looked to see what a cabin looks like or what anything looks like. So you guys are able to tell them, there's a splash pad and it's for ages this to this, or, there's ping pong and there's foosball, the different restaurants, they want to see what the Oceaneer Club looks like, which is this. So don't be afraid to Google these things. And their spa, their gym. So yeah, so you guys don't be, like I said, look these up. If somebody's like, well, what does the balcony look like? Or how big is the balcony? Because sometimes square feet doesn't mean anything. Maybe they're wanting to know, for those of you that haven't done your Disney training yet, you guys, they're a little different in the meaning that they don't have like one main dining hall. They have these different dining rooms. And so like one night you're going to eat dinner at this restaurant. And then the next night you're going to eat at this restaurant. Then the next night you're going to eat at a different restaurant. And the really cool thing is your waiter actually follows you. So you still have the same head waiter at every restaurant. But you kind of do like a tour of them. That way you guys are able to see all of the different restaurants that they have on board. So, it's little things like that that will help sell your product. I know I showed the video to my husband who never really wanted to do a Disney cruise. And I showed him that and he was like, oh, I want to go. Like the restaurants themselves are what made him want to go. But yeah, no, Disney's a pretty, it's an experience. And that's what people, that's what people are paying for, is that Disney experience. So, all right. So let's go ahead. We're going to go with September 12th through the 19th. It's a Monday to Monday for 4 guests. So we're going to go ahead and click continue. Susie, so Disney has those restaurants are included. It's just like the main dining hall, but for them, they have several main dining halls. So here's your 7-night Alaskan cruise from Vancouver. It gives you a little video here of where it starts, where it goes to. So it's really just very inlet. It stays very, very inside right here against the Canadian border is where you, the part of Alaska that you go. Those cruises that I was talking about that maybe they wanted to do the inside passage, they're actually going to go up here, and they actually stop more up here, up in Anchorage. So that's a good picture that you guys could send them with, where, I don't know about you guys, but you could tell me Skagway, but until I actually see it on a map, I don't really know where I'm going. So that's pretty cool. Also, you guys, I will tell you that I have seen the Northern Lights on an Alaskan cruise, and they happen later in the year. So if somebody is really interested, if somebody is interested in seeing the Northern Lights, obviously Northern Lights is never a guarantee, but I would try to put them on as late as possible in the year to get that. And also they will be able, I think I saw it when we were leaving Juneau. And so this cruise actually goes a little bit farther north in Skagway. So they would just have to check the index, and the cruise ships are really good about checking the index for the Northern Lights. Yes, absolutely. You guys really learn about, learn little things. Everybody knows this, and this, but find something that only you would know, or something that your clients wouldn't know. And some of that, I mean, it comes from experience, it comes from cruising. But, if they're going to Alaska, a lot of people, that's something that they're interested in, is they want to see Northern Lights. So easily you can look up you know, when to see the Northern Lights, and you'll find that it's actually December to February is usually the range right in there. I think is November to February, somewhere around there. So I was really lucky that I saw them, but they said it was, you know, that cruise was late enough in the season to start seeing them. Now it wasn't a big show, but you know, it is what it is. So see down here, it's going to take you through the ports, like what you are going to see, where you're going to go. That way you guys can give an itinerary. It'll show like things to do. I think that's the other reason why I've done Alaska so many times is there's so many different ports. It's like doing Caribbean a couple of different times because there's so many different ports. So that's going to give you all the information on the itinerary. So then we're going to look at staterooms. All right, so again, we do have the 2 adults, 2 children. We went ahead and put in their ages. Remember that also if they're needing accessible rooms, there is an option to click on that. You are able to, with Disney, to add another stateroom. So maybe this is a generational cruise where maybe grandma and grandpa are wanting to go with their grandkids to Disney. You are able to add that second stateroom. Yeah, thought I said steak. All right, so select your stateroom. Now this is where you're going to have to, you know, ask your client, what are you interested in? What do you foresee? What do you want in your stateroom? And they, you know, some people they'll say, oh, I don't care, put me at the bottom of the ship, I'm never going to be in there. So they probably want the most inside room. Now maybe they'll say we want a window, we want to be able to step out on our balcony, or we want a suite. We want, you know, the biggest room possible. Now, you guys, the other thing, dealing with a family of 4, remember that they are in, if they are like, oh, I really just the cheapest room possible, remind them that they're going to be in an inside cabin with 4 people, with 2 children. So you can always send pictures. I will always, when I do a quote, I will, you know, oh, I want inside. Well, me being me, I'll send them inside an ocean view. Just because there is more space in an ocean view room, there's even more space in a balcony or concierge room. And you guys can look at these and see what they look like. You can view the gallery and they will show you. Even when I'm picking my own cruises, I will hop on the good old YouTube and I will look at the pictures of what the difference between these different categories mean, because I don't know what they look like. I don't know what they want. But let's go with the veranda. That's usually my sweet spot with people, is the veranda. Just because I personally won't cruise on anything lower than a balcony. I just need that access to fresh air. Like I don't know that I feel claustrophobic. I don't know. But anyway, so you can see the pictures here of that room. You can see that this is how they're going to turn that bed, that into a bed. And then a lot of times with the 4th, they have a bunk bed that would come out of the ceiling. I don't know if they have the pictures of it here. So yeah, so you can look at these pictures here. What that picture was of was a, they have ones that are just a porthole, like balcony area. So you can see here the deluxe family ocean view stateroom with veranda and the deluxe ocean. So they have here the different. So let's go with the deluxe ocean view stateroom with veranda. What? Not these. Okay, so then you can choose either the back of the ship, midship, or foreroom. So this is when it comes to when you're qualifying your client, and this goes with any cruise line. Where do they want to be on the ship? Do they want to be midship, where most of the action is? Where the other thing is if they get anybody, ask them if anybody in the party gets motion sick. If anybody in the party gets motion sick, you're probably going to want to put them low and towards the middle of the ship. And the reason this is it's, imagine the ship is a teeter-totter. You know, if the waves start rocking, the physics of it, you know, it's not going to rock as much in the middle. So put them midship and low if that's something that that bothers them. You know, some people, they want upper decks. They want to be as close to the pool and the party as possible. Me personally, I want to be as low as possible, because not that I don't like the party and not that I don't like that. When it's time for me to go to my room, I want to be able to retreat away from the party. So it really just depends on what they want. But let's go midship. And then this is your decks, deck 6 and deck 7. Deck 6 midship provides handy elevator access to the lobby atrium and the exciting entertainment and dining options on the decks below. Usually dinings, I've noticed just across different cruise lines that the dining hall is usually around deck 5, 6, or 7. So, and then deck 7 midship is centrally located between the entertainment options below and recreation activities above, and elevator access to the lobby and atrium. So let's go ahead and do deck 6. Excuse me. And then it's going to show you, what rooms are available. Now, I'm a little, when I book a cruise, I look in all kinds of things. So what I do is okay, here's 6558. Here's the elevators and here's the stairwell. So your rooms are going to be right there by the elevator and the stairwell. And maybe that's not something that you necessarily want, maybe with children. That's an easy out of their room and down the stairs. But maybe that's not a big concern for them. But so then, maybe I would put them back here. But if you were doing 2 rooms and maybe those were the only connecting rooms, then so be it. But those are just things to think about is, path of egress, how busy is is this going to be really busy? If they're putting small children to bed at 9 or 10 o'clock at night and people are yelling and screaming up, I'd hope not, but, making a lot of noise, that's something that you might think about as well. Let's go ahead and click on a room. So if it was connecting, you see this little button right here, you see right here, it says connected room. So like this one right here, it's kind of hard to see, but this one right here is a connecting room. 6552 and 6554 is a connecting room. It's a little bit easier to see it over here where the blue isn't at, but it wasn't going to give me a connecting room as an option because I don't have more than one room and I didn't select connecting. So we've gone ahead and selected our room. And so it's going to show you deluxe ocean view stateroom with veranda, sleeps 3 to 4. It's 268 square feet, including veranda, private veranda. It's got a queen bed and a single convertible sofa, upper berth, single pull down bed. So what that means, for those of you that have never seen it, it is quite literally a bunk that comes out of the ceiling that they will pull. They will take a key and unlock, and they'll pull that bunk bed down for you, and then they'll put it up at night so that nobody hits or put it up during the day so nobody hits their head. Connecting 60, yes, so the one that I chose does have a connecting, you can see here, it has the connecting door. So it is a connecting stateroom, however, that's not, we didn't ask for the connect, I don't know, whatever, but 6604 isn't available. As you guys can see, the cruises for next summer are already starting to book up for Alaska. Those go pretty quickly. Split bathroom and rectangular tub with shower. Now, for those of you that have done your training, do you know what a split bathroom is? I'm giving you a quiz. Put it in the training. Or put it in the chat for me. If you guys all right, split bathroom, toilet separate from shower, separate vanity and shower, I believe. Split bathroom is toilet and sink and shower and sink, one tub and shower, toilet separate from shower. Yeah, so basically it's so somebody could still be getting ready. So it's the toilet and shower in one room and the vanity sink and stuff on the other. So basically somebody could be doing, you know, a lady or something could be doing her hair and brushing her teeth while say her husband's in the shower, or, you know, her husband could be doing his hair while she's giving the kids a bath, or, you know, people are getting ready. Somebody's got to go to the bathroom and nighttime jam up bathroom and teeth brushing. And so it's kind of cool that they do that, that split bathroom. Rectangle tub with shower, which is also super cool, especially when you have kids with baths. All right, so 7-night Alaskan cruise from Vancouver. We've chosen stateroom 16606, deluxe ocean view stateroom with veranda, category 5B, midship deck 6. You are able to change it if at some point you decide to. Here are going to be your price breakdowns. Each adult was $35.84. Each child was $1,061.76. Their taxes, fees, and port expenses were $809.72 with a total room price of $10,101.24. Now they will break down that rate for you here. The rate details, if you guys want to read up on that literature, you can. Make it go away. All right. They're going to give that COVID-19 warning again. They're going to give you another option to add another stateroom. This is going to show you, this is going to show you the total cruise price. This is going to show you your commission on this cruise, and your due to date deposit is going to be here. Not bad, $1,000 for a couple minutes of work. Not too shabby. So then it's going to go ahead and go through, make sure that your travel agent affiliation is correct. Make sure that your agent name is correct here. Contact information, the agent's email. This is stateroom 6606. You're going to go ahead and put in, this is where we're going to start filling out that information for the staterooms, their names, gender, birthday, contact, residency, guest 2, guest 3, guest 4. Obviously, this is as far as I can go because I haven't put that information in. But from this point on, it's going to be very similar to any other cruise line, just plugging in their information and then collecting that deposit. Remember to get that credit card authorization form prior to getting that credit card information. And then after that, you know, you're going to get the deposit, and then they can make payments or pay it all off at the same time. Now, can anybody tell me after they book the travel, after they book the cruise, what they need to do? Go ahead and put it in the chat box for me. What do you need to do after you book the cruise? Let's see, commission or fill out. fill out the commission form, booking form, commission form. You have to fill out a commission form, follow up with client, commission form, credit card authorization, commission form, send a confirmation email to client, email itinerary to Peggy. Thank you, Kim. Ding, 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 ding. Kim is our winner. You guys absolutely positively, yes, you need to do your commission tracking form, but you guys have to send the reservation over to Peggy at the crew over at Archer. The reason that this happens is, or the reason that you have to do this is because all of the cruise line info, all of the cruise information from all of the cruise lines get sent to Archer, and then they need to know who booked that cruise, because it may not say your name. What they're going to do is, for instance, when the pandemic happened and all these cruises got canceled, Royal Caribbean would send a list of cruises that were canceled. And then what Peggy would have to do is go through those reservation numbers and figure out who they belong to, which travel agent they belong to. And then she would have to send that out to the travel agent. Peggy works at Archer. Peggy Happ is her name. Where would I find Peggy's contact info for review? You guys can always call. Let me see if I can find you her email. It's probably Peggy Happ at Archer, because I think that's what everyone's emails are. Let's take a look. I've never emailed her ever. All right, let's see. Peggy Happ here is her information. Everyone, I'm going to put it in the chat box for you. Peggy Happ. Hold on one second, please. Peggy H at archertravel.com. There you guys go. Peggy H at archertravel.com. So yeah, so you're going to make sure to send that over to her, but isn't that the point of the commission tracking form, to help track the commission to the agent? So Astrid, what happens is, so when the commissions get paid out, they're going to get a commission. They're going to get these forms and they're going to compare it to the commission tracking form. Peggy isn't the one that handles commissions or commission tracking forms. So she's not going to have the commission tracking forms. Peggy's whole job at Archer is to handle these she's a travel agent like us, but she handles all of the cruises. So anytime an email comes in from one of our, I don't know, 20 plus cruise lines, she has to sort through those, and she needs to compare them to the commission. She needs to compare them to the credit card authorization form. So that's what you're doing, is you're sending her the credit card authorization form, as well as the reservation information. So yeah, just send that over to her. And she's super sweet lady. But let me tell you, it's very helpful because she, when everything was going down, especially with the cancellations, you would be able to reach out to her, and she could send, she would send out those, oh, here's their future cruise credit, or here's the update on that cruise, or whatever. So just make sure to send that over to her. She's not, no, Astrid, she doesn't do cruise commissions. Peggy has nothing to do with commissions. Nothing to do with commissions. Peggy is your point of contact for your cruise. So say Disney wanted to inform you that there was an itinerary update for the cruise that you booked, they're going to send that email to Peggy for every single person that booked on Disney on that cruise. And then she has to take those emails and she has to forward them to the individual agents. So so what she does is she keeps a log of some form that says, well, when these emails come in, reservation number XYZ with Disney goes to Krista, and Disney reservation number XYZ goes to Sushil. and Royal Caribbean number, blah, 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 goes to Courtney. So that's what she does. She keeps a running log of just the cruises, nothing to do with commissions. She is just our point of contact for that. That way we can get that. And you guys can see, I mean, my email here, you guys can see my email. These are my emails with Peggy Happ, and it has to do with credit card refund notifications, balance due letter. All right, so anyways, any questions on the Disney Cruise Line? Any questions on the Disney Cruise Line? How do you get to the beginning page? What do you mean? Like, how do you get to the Disney website?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I just signed up yesterday, so I'm sorry. I don't know any of the stuff yet.
You're fine. You're fine. All right, let me show you. So what you're going to do, so let me go to our back office. So you're going to log in. You know how to log into your back office?
Yes.
Okay. So what you're going to do is in Travel Cafe. Have you gone on to Travel Cafe yet?
I haven't explored it yet, but I just clicked on it.
Okay. So you're going to go into Travel Cafe. I would also, I don't know if you have, but we also have new agent orientation Monday through Friday. And it will help you get more familiarized with all of this. But what you can do is type in here, for this purpose, I'm going to type Disney. But if you just wanted to see vendors that do like vacation packages, you could type in vacation packages, cruise packages, activities, rail, whatever you were looking for. If you were looking for, like a specific type of travel. So we're going to go ahead and click on Disney. And Disney is pretty cool. You get immediate access with them. So that's super awesome. So you're going to go ahead and for agents wishing to book directly with Disney, you can go to their website or call the number listed below. So all you're going to do is you're going to right click, open link in a new tab. And then, well, I'm already logged in, so it logged me in. Let me, let's see if I can log.
I will be attending.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I will be attending the orientation tonight. I guess I'm just jumping ahead on the other training.
No, you're fine. You're fine. That's awesome. Okay, so I logged out. Hope nobody had questions on that last cruise. I'm just kidding. Okay, so welcome to Disney Travel Agent. So because you're new, first time here, you're going to click on create new account and then just fill out this information. And then agree, whatever, create account. After you're done creating the account, it's going, you'll be able to sign in, and that's what this front page looks like. And you're able to, up here, this is where you're going to do Walt Disney World, Disneyland, Aulani, Vero Beach, Hilton Head, Disney Cruise Lines, and then tickets only.
Okay, perfect. It's not loading when I'm trying to get onto it on my computer, like when I click the Travel Cafe. Is that because I haven't done the travel training program yet?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Michaela, when I do this step, it tells me my agent number doesn't exist. I have to print a form and fill it by hand. What agent number were you trying to use? Let me see. I think I can. I don't know that my husband is registered for yet. Let me see. Let me see if my so agent ID, please. So right here, agent ID, you need to read this. Please enter the agency ID number. So remember what I was saying, that remember to read the words. If it's asking for agency, it's asking for Archer stuff. If it's asking for agent, that's your stuff. So your agency ID is going to be the IATA number. That's the other thing, you guys, why we right click, because right here it's going to say register by using our IATA number. So make sure that you're putting in the right number. And then once you plug it in, it's going to pop up with Archer Travel Services, and then you'll just hit continue. But I don't want to do that because I think he's already registered. Any other questions regarding Disney? All right, now seems pretty easy. Thank you. We can always play with the account and get familiar. How do we get to the beginning page? All right, you guys. Cool. Then I am going to